told you. So the problems of this kind, so in fact, actually here he has not given the set, okay. So even he has not given the set, we can find the set of elements. So for that, what we need to do is we have to consider all the positive divisors of till 24, okay. So based on this, so what I will do is first I have to prove this divisibility relation D24 in the sense, so he is asking for the divisibility. So in order to check whether it is a partial order or not, so I need to check for three properties. As you know, I need to check for reflexive property, I need to check for the symmetric property, sorry, anti-symmetric property, and then at last I need to check for transitive property, right? Okay, so I need to check for the transitive property. So first, in order to check whether the divisibility relation is reflexive or not, we know that every number will divide itself, right? So let me assume that the relation R is defined on the set A. Okay, so I have assumed that the relation R is defined on set A. Now for every, okay, so this is the symbol for every element A that belong to the set A divides A. So as I have told you, every number will divide itself. So here the operation that I am checking is divisibility. If A divides A, I can write it as A is related to A itself, right? And if a particular element is related with itself, so that property we can call it as reflexive. So therefore we can call it as, so therefore R is reflexive. Okay. See, actually I have not done anything here, just I have written the definition of reflexive relation. If you observe, the definition of reflexive relation tells that for every element A that belongs to the set, it is related to itself. So here I have written the same thing. Okay. So next, in order to check the anti-symmetric property, see, actually you need to clearly understand this anti-symmetric property. Some of the students have a confusion. Only if A is related to B and B is related to A, then you need to think about whether A is equal to B or not. Okay. So in the similar way, if A divides B, okay, so here we are checking for divisibility operation. If A divides B and B divides A, then only A and B should be equal. Okay. So for example, in the divisibility relation D24, A will be having the set of elements like 1, 2, 24 in the sense you will be having 3. I need to check all the positive divisors for 24. So which are all the other elements? So you'll be having 4. 5 I cannot take because 5 will not divide 24. So I can take 6. Next 8. Yes, 8 you can take. Next, what else you can take? 9 you cannot take. 10 no. 12 you can take, and then 24. Okay. So these are all of the set of elements for D24. Fine. So based on this, here I will take the same example from the set. Okay. So 2 divides 4. 2 divides 4, but 4 will not divide 4. 4 will not divide. 4 will not divide 2. So I cannot tell. I can tell 2 is related to 4, but 4 is not related to 2. And in fact, I need not to think whether whether 4 and 2 are equal or not. Okay, because students, most of them actually they will get confused with this anti-symmetric property. Fine, and when it will be satisfied, I mean A divides B. Okay, so I will write A divides B, and also B divides A. When it is possible, only when both the numbers are equal. So I can tell then A is equal to B. So since this divisibility is the one we are checking for the we are checking the relation. So in place of divisibility, I will just write the relation now. So based on this, A related to B and B related to A, then only A is equal to B. So this divisibility, it will exactly satisfy the anti-symmetric property. So from this we can tell that therefore R is anti-symmetric. Students, again I'm telling you, if you are getting confused, no need to worry. All you need to do is, in order to check whether the divisibility is, I have already told you in exam, either they will ask you about the divisibility relation or subset relation. Okay. So in case of the divisibility relation, anyhow, you need to check for the reflexive, antisymmetric and transitive property. Just if you write the definitions of the reflexive, antisymmetric and transitive also, it is sufficient. Anyhow, the divisibility relation, subset relation, it will satisfy the antisymmetric property. If you are getting confused, just if you write the definitions of that, it is sufficient. So similarly, transitive property, you can check with any number. Okay, for example, 2 divides 4. and 4 divides 8. You can check with any set of example. 2 will also divide 8. Okay, so in the similar way, now I can write like, in general, I will write A divides B and B divides C. Then I can conclude that A divides C. Okay, so here B divides C and then A divides C. So based on this, now I will write in the form of relation. So what he is telling is A is related to B and B related to C. So therefore A is related to C. In fact, this is the definition of transitive relation. Therefore I can call R is transitive. So now what I have done is I have checked whether the divisibility relation is reflexive, antisymmetric and transitive. So here every number will divide itself. Therefore, the divisibility relation is reflexive. Okay. If a number A divides B and B divides A, it is possible from both the sides only when they are equal. Okay. So that is a property, that is an antisymmetric property. And the transitive property tells that if A divides B and B divides C, and then A divides C, that is a transitive property. So I have checked with all these three properties. Since it satisfies all the three properties, I can clearly conclude that the relation R, is partial order. Okay, relation R is partial order. So now after this conclusion, next I need to draw the Hasse diagram. Already yesterday we have solved few problems regarding how to construct the Hasse diagram. So yesterday I have given the examples. Initially I have started with digraph, converting the digraph into Hasse diagram. So later I taught you how to draw that using the this one relation, and then I have also taught you how to write the Hasse diagram directly using the set of elements also. Correct, right? So for that, what you need to do is you have to take the least element. So next you have to take the elements which are related only with the least element. So in that way, if you proceed directly using the set of elements, you can draw the Hasse diagram. Okay, students, anyhow, is it clear now? In order to check whether the divisibility relation is poset or not. So if this is clear, next I will continue with the Hasse diagram. Can I continue with the Hasse diagram, students? Okay. As I have told you, just if you write the definitions of the reflexive, antisymmetric and transitive also sufficient. The problem looks lengthy, but it's very easy. Fine? Okay. So now, in order to write the Hasse diagram, as I have told you, in fact, here he has not given the set of elements. In this case, what you need to do is first you have to write the set of elements. So for that, you have to consider all the positive divisors of 24. So it will be 1, 2, 3, 6, 8, 12, and 24. Okay. So based on this, so when you are writing the Hasse diagram for this, so again, students, can you tell me which is the least element now? Which is the least element? So least element is the one, yeah, 4 has to be included. 4 also. Okay, fine. Okay, so which is the least element now? The least element is 1. And I told you yesterday also, always you have to write the dot. The dot will indicate the reflexive relation. If I write dot here, so 1, 1 ordered pair is completed. Okay. So now, which are the numbers which are related with only 1? The numbers which are related to only 1. Yes, exactly. It is 2 and 3. So next I will start with 2 and then 3. Exactly. Okay. So now, which is the element that is related to only 2? Only 2. Only 2. Of course, you need to include even 1 also. Okay. So it will be 4. If I write like this, 1, 1 is over, 1, 2 is over, 2, 4 is over, and since it is transitive, 1, 4 is also over. Okay. So 3, 3 is over, 1, 3 is over. So next I need to include the 6. But when I include 6, even 2 is also related to 6. So based on that, I have to write one more line here. All right. So next, which are all the other elements we have? We have 8. When I have to write the 8 here, so you cannot write here because 6 won't divide 8. So I will write here. Okay. So if I write it here, 2 will divide 8 and also 4 will divide 8. So next we have 12. 12 I cannot write in this direction because 8 won't divide 12. So I need to include 12. But if I write to if I write 12 here, even 4 will divide 12, right? So for that reason I have to include one more line here. So finally I will write 24 here. Okay. See, one more important thing I have to tell you. So when you are trying to write the assay diagram, okay, so you might be, some students might be getting a different shape, but don't think the answer is wrong. Even if you don't get exactly the shape of this kind also, it is okay. But you have to follow all the three basic rules. What is that? The first rule is always the relation should be deposited in upward direction. No need to explicitly represent the reflexive relation. And the third one is no need to explicitly represent the transitive relation. If you don't break all these three rules, even if you get a different shape also, it's fine. Okay. Always the solution will not be exactly in this shape. Okay. You might get different shape also, but that is also correct. Fine. Students, is this clear? Can I go with the next problem? Okay. So now let me take the same question now. Instead of the divisibility relation D24, so assume that the question now is 30, the divisibility relation D30. Okay. So now the initial solution remains same. So he is asking you to prove whether the divisibility relation is poset or not, that is partial order set or not, where you need to check whether the divisibility relation is reflexive, antisymmetric and transitive. So whatever the first problem solution I have given, so the same thing will continue. Okay. So the only thing is, so here the set of elements will get changed. And in some of the question papers, instead of D30, he will only give the set of elements. Okay, like what are the set of elements that is required, he will only give. And instead of telling the divisibility relation, he will tell like that X is related to Y if and only if X divides Y. So in the question paper, either he can ask in this way or he will just tell the divisibility relation D30. So if he tells only D30, as you already know, we need to include all the positive divisors of 30. So the numbers will be 1, 2, 3, 4. I cannot include 5, 6. Yeah, 6 will be 6 we can include. Uh, then I think 10, 15, 30. So I think I have not left anything. Okay. So now after this, you need to write the Hasse diagram for this. Students, what I will do is I will give you some 3 minutes time. You try to write the Hasse diagram for this. Okay. So after that, I will give the solution. You can cross check with that. And one more thing, as I have told you, if you are getting a different, shape, no need to worry. The thing is, you need to always follow the rules. And some of the students, what they will do, no, they will write 1 here and 2, they will write like this. No, it should not be done. Always clearly you have to show 2 in a upward direction. Always the relation should be in upward direction. Fine. So based on this, so take 4 minutes time, 3 4 minutes time, and try to solve this. Okay. You have to use a rough paper and try to solve. Okay, I think most of you have solved it. You please cross check with this. So as you already know, here the least element will be 1. Fine. So after this, so the elements which are related to only 1 are 2, 3 and also 5. So this time we have 3 numbers. So I will include that. The number is 2, the number is 3 and then the number is 5. Okay. So next, which are the numbers that are related to 2 and 3? So it will be 6. And then the numbers that are related with 3 and 5, it is 15. And the number that is related to only 2 and 5 is 10. Right? So the numbers that are related to all these numbers, it will be 30. Okay. So I think if you have got a different shape, no need to worry. That is also correct. But the thing is, when you are writing in the exam, I'll just give you one hint. Always when you have the set of elements like 3 numbers, right? For the subset and divisibility relation, usually you'll get this kind of shape. Okay. So you can just write the skeleton and then you can fill the numbers. Because the thing is, during the valuation, the valuator he will do the valuation based on the scheme. And in the scheme, most usually actually they will give this diagram. If you are using a different diagram, if the valuators knows it, okay, fine. Sometimes the faculty who have not handled the subject also will go for valuation. So he will just see the scheme. In that case, he will be expecting this kind of shape. If you are writing in a different shape, he might cut the marks. Okay, there are some chances. So that's why my suggestion. So when you're having 8, and this is the repeated question, so try to use this structure. Fine. So is it clear, students? Should I explain this again? As I have told you again, if you are getting a different shape, don't think it is wrong. It is also correct. If you are okay with this, I'll go with the next problem. Is this problem clear for you? Okay, very good. Okay, so now what you have to do is same question instead of D30. Now try for D36. Okay, when you are trying for the D36, now you should only tell me the set of elements also. So you first tell me the set of elements and later you try for the Hasse diagram, right? Students, you should only write the set of elements and try for the Hasse diagram. So I'll give you 4 minutes time. So later I'll solve. If you solve for this 36, you can solve any problem of this kind. Okay. Students, I think you have solved it. Okay, so I will also solve. If you have any doubts, you can just cross check. Okay, so the set of elements will be this time 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 5 I cannot include. 8, yeah, 8 also I cannot include. 9, yes, 9 I can include. What else? 12, yes, 12 is correct. 18 and then 36. Okay, so the set of elements should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You should get 9 numbers. Okay, so after this, let us try to write the Hasse diagram for this. Okay, so the first number, the least element will be 1. I have to start with 1. So this time, the numbers that are related with 1 are only 2, that is 2 and 3. Okay, so this time I have only 2 and 3. Then what I can write? So for 2 and 3, both 6 is related. I can write 6 here. So 4 is related with only 1 and 2. I can write 4 here. And 9 is related with only 1 and 3. I can write 9 here. And then for the 6 and 9, 18 is related. I'll write like this. And for this 4 and 6, you can include 12, right? And for all the numbers, 36 is related. Okay, so as I have told you already, if you are getting a different shape, no need to worry, that is also correct. Okay, and so if you get 8 numbers, okay, if you get 8 numbers, you will get a box like structure, and if you get 9 numbers for the divisibility or a subset relation, you will get this kind of structure. Fine. So if you use the same thing, it will be correct. It will be better. Okay. So any doubts in this? Shall we go for the next? Students, should I explain this again? Or shall we go for the next problem? Okay. Okay. So with respect to the divisibility, I think we have solved enough problems. So let me solve a few problems on the subset of the relation. And this question, it is one of the most repeated question. Okay. Almost in the partial order, this question have been asked many times. So let me write the question first. Try to analyze the question clearly. Okay, later I will solve. So he has given the set. Okay, let S be the set which includes the elements 1, 2, 3, and P of S is a power set. P of S is a power set defined on S. Students, actually, I have already told you what is a power set. Power set in the sense you need to include all the possible subsets of a set, right? So now what he is asking is define the relation or on the power set, that is P of S, by, and he is defining the relation, that is X is related to Y if and only if X is a subset of Y. So this is the symbol for the subset, right? So now he is asking you, show that relation R is poset, show that the relation R is poset, and draw the Hasse diagram. The question looks very lengthy, but it's very easy if you understand it clearly. And don't get confused, students. This time he is not asking the relation on the set S. He is not asking the relation on the set S. No, he is asking the relation on the power set. He is trying to confuse you. Directly he would have given the elements in the power set. Instead of that, he has given the set. So in order to solve this kind of problems, first of all, the student should be having a clear idea about the power set, right? So let me first define the power set. Okay, so power set P of S will contain all the possible subsets of the set S. So which are all the possible subsets of the S? One subset is a set having only one. Yes, it is a subset of 1, 2, 3. You know what is the meaning of a subset, right? So the element, that is the elements that are there in the subset, must be present in the main set also. So based on this, I can include even 2. I can include a subset which contains only 3. I can include a subset which contains 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 3, and a subset which contains all the 3 numbers 1, 2, 3, and a subset which does not contain anything, that is null. Okay, so totally there are how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 subsets or 8 possible subsets. And one more thing, in order to cross check, always the total number of subsets in a power set will be equal to 2 to the power of n, where n is the number of elements in the main set. So here the number of elements in the main set is 3. So it will be 2 power 3, that is equal to 8. Exactly, we got 8 subsets. Okay, so once we find the power set, next we need to define the relation on the power set. Okay, so the relation is defined on the power set, not on this set. And what is that relation? The relation is subset of. Okay, so we have to define the relation based on the subset relation. And he's asking you to check whether it is a partial order or not. So what is that subset relation and how to write the Hasse diagram? Let us see later. Before that, he is asking you to check whether the relation is partial ordered set or not. So previously we have proved the divisibility relation is partial ordered set or not. So this time let me prove this subset. Okay, so in order to prove the subset is partial order or not, again same thing, I need to check for the reflexive property, and then I need to check for the antisymmetric property, and finally I need to check for the transitive property, right? So finally I need to check for the transitive property. So based on this, so first let me check for the reflexive property. Okay, so and he is telling about the subset of a relation. Will you agree that for every element A that belong to the set A is a subset of itself? Will you agree that every number, every set will be the subset of itself? It is correct, right? Every set will be a subset of itself. If A is having the elements, say for example 1, 2, and obviously it will be a subset of itself, because it will be having 1, 2, same thing again, right? And the operation that we are checking is a subset. If A is a subset of A, I can write it as A is related to A, and R is a relation from A to A itself. So therefore I can conclude that R is reflexive. So again, students, same thing. If you are getting confused in the exam, no need to worry. Just you have to write the definition of the reflexive. That's all. And I have already told you the subset and the divisibility. These are the only two things that they will ask in the exam. And easily just you can write the definition of that. And they are, partial order set only. And for the antisymmetric, for every element A comma B that belong to the set A, if A is a subset of B and B is also a subset of A, it is possible only when A and B are equal. Will you agree that? In the actually, when I have started this module 3, when I was explaining you the Cartesian product, I told you all the theorems I will prove using the antisymmetric property. And for the theorems and all, I told the same examples, right? So based on this property only, I have proved all the theorems. I think you remember that. So here the subset is the one I'm checking for. So I can write the like A is related to B and B is related to A, if it is possible only when A and B are equal. So this is the definition of the antisymmetric property. So therefore I can conclude that R is antisymmetric. So I have checked for the reflexive antisymmetric. Finally, I need to check for transitive relation if I have to conclude that it is a partial order. So based on that, for every element A, B, C that belong to the set A, I need to include 3 elements because I'm dealing with the transitive relation now. So based on this, if A is a subset of B and B is a subset of C, obviously A is a subset of C. Correct, right? Because say for example, A is having 1, 2, B is having 1, 2, 3. So C, obviously it should be include all these numbers, and this 1, 2 also will be present in the set C. Okay. So based on this, again I will write the relation. A is related to B and B related to C. I can conclude that A is related to C, and therefore I can conclude that R is transitive. So finally, since the relation is reflexive, symmetric, and transitive, finally I can conclude that R is partial ordered set, that is poset. Okay, so this final conclusion statement is very much required, right? So for this, marks will be there. Okay, so because the question itself is asking whether the relation is a partial ordered set or not. If you don't write this final conclusion, so there is a chances that he might cut the marks. Fine. So after this, we need to write the Hasse diagram. So I think I will tell you that. So before this, is this clear, students? So checking whether the subset relation is poset or not. Okay, fine. So next I will go for the Hasse diagram. Okay. Students, actually, before I solve, before I write that Hasse diagram, so directly I won't write the Hasse diagram, okay? Because for some students, it might be confusing. So I will just give you one example, okay? Like this element, okay, the subset one is a subset of is related to, or here the relation itself we are dealing with subset of, okay? I can tell like this element is related to itself, that is 1, and also it is related to 1 comma 2 because this is included in this one, and also I can write 1 comma 2 comma 3. Okay, so the subset 1 is related to itself 1 comma 2 and 1 comma 2 comma 3. So similarly, if I tell 1 comma 2, it is related to 1 comma 2 itself. Every number will be a subset of itself, and also it is a subset of 1 comma 2 comma 3. And one more thing, one more example I will give. If you take 1 comma 2 comma 3, it is a subset of only one number, that is itself, that is 1 comma 2 comma 3. And when you take the null set is a subset of all these subsets. Okay, so based on this, I know it's little bit tricky. I want you to try to write the Hasse diagram for this. Okay, so if you fail to write, no need to worry, I will explain that again, but you have to make an attempt. Okay, so take 3 minutes time and try to write the Hasse diagram for this. So if you have not understood that correctly, or if you have doubts in that, no need to worry, I will explain it again. Okay, so initially you just try to make an attempt, try to write the Hasse diagram for this. So again, I'm telling you, here the least element will be the null set, because that is the one that is related to all the other elements. I have given the hint for you, so please try to solve it. So after 2 minutes, I'll solve. Okay, students, I think you have solved it. If you have any doubts, so I will also solve. You can just cross check. So already I have given you the hint. In case of the divisibility and the subset, if you are dealing with 8 elements, you can just write the skeleton that I have told. You can just write the square box and then you can fill the elements. Exactly, it will match. Okay. So let me just write this so you can just cross check. So here the least element is a null set. Null set will be the subset of every set, right? So first you have to start with null set. Next, so which are all the elements that are related only with null set? It will be 1, 2, and 3, right? So based on this, what I will do is I will include the subset having 1, I will include the subset having 2, and I will include the subset having 3, right? So which is the subset that is related to 1 and 2? It will be a subset which is having both the numbers 1, 2. And the subset that is related with only 2 and 3 is the one subset which is having both the elements 2 and 3. And same goes even with this one, 1 and 3. And finally, the subset which is related to all these subsets will be a subset which is having all the numbers, that is 1, 2, 3. Right? I think most of you have solved it. So now, is it clear now, students? Is this problem clear? So this is one of the exam problem. It's the most repeated question, right? Okay. So now I need to, teach you some of the properties of this Hasse diagram, like maximal, minimal, upper bound, lower bound. Like this, we have some 8 properties. But today, if I do that, it will be a confusion for you. So I will teach you about that properties in the next class, right? So now I'll just give you some questions. So please try to solve it. So let me see how better you have understood this one. So I'll just give you the Hasse diagram now. Okay, so this is one simple Hasse diagram. I want you to write the ordered pairs. So just I have written the Hasse diagram now, which contains the elements 1, 4, 6, 5, 2, and 3. So now I have given the Hasse diagram. So now you need to include all the ordered pairs. You need to tell all the ordered pairs. Like for example, as I have already told you, if you have 1, so 1, 1 is there. Then 1, 4, 4, 6, 1, 6. So like that. So you just have to, find all the ordered pairs and you just put in the message comment section. I will give you 2 minutes time. So please try to solve this. See, actually, one student, Manasa Shetty, whenever I ask you people to solve the problem, she will just leave the meeting. So after, if I tell I'll give 2 minutes time, so she will join after 2 minutes. I think she is trying to save the data. Okay, anyhow, so others, I can understand that to put this in the comment section, so it's not so easy. Maybe some of the students, I think you are using mobile phone. So I will only write this. So 1 comma 1, 1 comma 4, 4 comma 6. But here the thing is, transitive relation also you have to include. You will write 1 comma 4 and 4 comma 6, but you should not forget 1 comma 6, right? So 1 comma 6 also must be included, and then 2 comma 5, 3 comma 5, and also you should write 2 comma 6 and 3 comma 6, because even 5 is also related to 6. I think most of you have already solved it. Yeah, some of you have given the answers. Okay, fine, very good. Right. So I'll give one more question now. So I will give you the matrix this time. So now you have to write. I'm giving the matrix. I will make sure the matrix relation that I give is a partial order. Just a minute. Okay. So the elements are 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1. Okay, in order to write the Asset diagram, actually elements are required. So now I have given you the elements. So it is related with the elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I think you people are solving it. So parallelly, even I will also solve. So if you have any doubts, you can just clarify. Okay, so here the elements are from the matrix we can make out the elements are 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma 4, comma 5, right? So the relation ordered pairs, it will be like class ma'am. Okay. So here the elements are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So based on this, let me include the order pairs 1, comma 1, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 5. 3, 5, 4, comma 4, and 5, comma 5. Okay.
So now I have written the ordered test. I think with this easily you can write the Hasse diagram. Students, you just try to write the Hasse diagram for this, right? So actually, some meeting is going on. Urgently, I have to attend that. So can we stop the class today? So you please try to write the Hasse diagram for this. So today I have taught you only about the Hasse diagram. Okay, so properties I didn't teach you. So in the next class I will continue. So shall we halt the class now? So any doubts in this? Students, any doubts in today's class? Okay, so if you don't have any doubts, you can log out now. Thank you. Thank you so much. Torture